What's poppin', people, and welcome to Say Less with Kaz on Whistle Sports and Brother. I'm your host, Kaz, and today for the first episode, you know I had to keep it super duper Nigerian. We got the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel Adesanya, as well as my man, my mellow, the multi-platinum recording artist Wale, as well as WNBA and ESPN superstar Chiney Ogwumike. But first, STFUs. The legendary Iron Mike Tyson is getting ready to return to the ring. He's reportedly been offered $20 million from the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, as well as had open invitations to participate in exhibitions that may include his longtime rival Evander Holyfield, as well as the current lineal world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. In a recent interview with ESPN's Sage Steele, legendary director and salty Knicks fan Spike Lee recently revealed that he's been considering New Orleans rookie forward Zion Williamson to star in an updated version of his classic hoop flick, He Got Game.
Lincoln, Lincoln, roll call. My name is Jesus. Yeah. I am the man. Yeah. What's up with these questions? Yeah. About my play.
Coaches everywhere have lots of explaining to do after a story broken by apparent physical scientist MC Hammer said that this posture right here, you know this one, the one that we've all done our entire lives, actually helps with superior heart rate and brings more tidal volume to your lungs. That basically means that doing this will actually get more air into your lungs, as opposed to this BS that coaches taught everywhere that makes you look like your team blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. We can add this to the long list of lies coaches have told us over the years, like hard work beats talent, there's no I in team, and we're not tanking, we're just looking towards the future. I'm looking at you, every Knicks coach ever. She's one of the most multifaceted athletes in the entire world. She's a forward for the Los Angeles Sparks. You can catch her on ESPN, on SportsCenter, and First Take. And she's a fellow Nigerian. Chiney Ogwumike was on Say Less with Kaz. Here's what we talked about. How you been, man? How you holding up during quarantine?
Well, I've been good, honestly. You know, you said it, us Africans, we don't know how to chill. So I've been sort of in this sprint. So if you follow the NBA, which I'm sure that 99% of the people that follow the NBA, you know, we sort of turn up at Christmas time, NBA on Christmas Day. And that's sort of when, like, I kind of turn up too, because a lot of those broadcasters, some people go on vacation, some people don't, some people are working, whatever. So, like, from the end of December through January and February, I'm on my sprint. Like, I'm on my horse, like, coast to coast, based in LA, going to New York, going to Connecticut.
Yeah, man. So I would love to know, like, when exactly did you know you wanted to get into broadcasting? Because I remember when I was in BR, you would come through the office and kind of like see what we were doing. And I was like, oh, okay, I think this is going to be something that she does after her career. But like, no, you were like, I'm doing this now.
Okay, so what happened was I got injured. I got injured twice. And that's when I realized I can't play basketball forever. And so I was like, okay, let me say yes to all these opportunities. One thing turned into another. I always tell people my first TV gig, which I didn't really know, I just said yes to, was working for the Pac-12 networks. And on the Pac-12 networks, they're like, hey, will you come to the women's basketball tournament and do some some appearances for us? I was like, okay, sure. It was interviewing mascots. Like, literally, mascots don't talk. They don't talk. And I was saying,
how do those interviews even go?
I don't know. I was just on this train that was moving around San Francisco, just like out here with these mascots vibing while on Pac-12 networks. Like, and then I just started saying yes and kept saying yes. And I guess, you know, through those injuries and those time periods in which I was home and just recovering, getting my way back, one thing turned into the other. And then yes turned into, okay, Chiney, will you go on to First Take? Will you go on to His and Hers? Will you now be an NBA analyst? We see what you're doing on the other platforms. You're passionate about basketball. Hoops is hoops. Period. Will you talk about the NBA? And that happened in December 2018. And then it manifested into being a full-time NBA analyst, which is really cool. It's so much fun, but like I never, ever, ever planned this at all. I'm on the WNBA. I'm vice president. My sister Neck is the president. We just had an amazing CBA, which accomplished so much for women, not women in sports, just women, period. And now we're at a place where it's like, okay, we want to make sure our league is out there. And we want to be those people that can really uplift people during these times, but we want to do it the right way.
Just take me into the war rooms and the arguments and the back and forths of
let me grab my phone. Let me show you. Okay, so it's just funny because you talk about the CBA and a lot of people are saying that it was a groundbreaking agreement, right? Like a groundbreaking agreement. But the more I've had separation from Good Morning America and all that amazing social media support and just different athletes coming together, I'm realizing that it was more ground establishing. Meaning the reason why it really resonated with a lot of women and our society in general was because what we fought for, we thought were standards. But now we're realizing that most people don't even have those standards. For instance, when we're a league full of working women, eventually, women start family planning. People that are working and then get pregnant and want to have a kid should have full paid maternity leave. It's just something that we should have in society when you're working for a company. And the fact of the matter is when we said, oh, we got full paid maternity leave, everyone's like, whoa, this is not something that is standard. That sort of surprised us. Also, we have working women in our league that, play through, 35, almost up to 40. And so why won't companies step up and say, hey, I know you're giving us all your blood, sweat, and tears, your life, during this time period, we're going to reimburse you. And this is what our CBA got, $60,000 in reimbursements for adoption, surrogacy, fertilization treatments. Like little nuggets like that are major wins for women.
That's a wrap for this week's episode of Say Less. Make sure you subscribe to Say Less with Kaz on your favorite podcast platform. Make sure you follow Brother and Whistle on every damn social media platform. And make sure to check back next Friday for the next roundup. Stay safe, wear a mask, and don't forget always to say less.